Ellen, what is the nicest thing a non-family member has ever done for you?
That's a good question, Phil. Actually, there's so many nice things to choose from, but I want to choose one that may seem small, but it wasn't for me. When I first started channeling and hearing my inner guidance, um, I I was a little confused. I was living in Michigan at the time. I'd never heard of psychic anything really. This was many, many years ago. I was in my early 20s and I was hearing these voices. And even though I loved what they were saying and I thought it was very helpful, I wondered if maybe I was having a nervous breakdown or some kind of mental problem. And I was a little worried. And I was working at an educational research foundation at the time. And I went into work and my boss said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Well, to be honest, I'm a little worried. I'm having this voice thing and I'm hearing this guidance. It's kind of interesting, but I'm very worried that maybe I'm having some kind of nervous breakdown." And she looked at me, she started laughing. She said, "Well, I don't think you're having a nervous breakdown. I think you're having a spiritual awakening. And I think you should go to a certain bookstore." She sent me to a metaphysical bookstore that was in town, and look for a book by Alice Bailey. And I'd never heard of Alice Bailey or the bookstore. And I said, "Oh, thank you, thank you." And I went on my way and I did what she said. And the important thing about the story wasn't Alice Bailey. I don't think I bought a lot of Alice Bailey, and I'm not sure how much I read, although I read a few sentences enough to know, hey, that kind of sounds like what I'm hearing. It's got that funny echo to it. But what's very nice about what she did, it was tiny. It wasn't some dramatic rescue. In a moment, she just stepped up and helped me reframe what was happening, helped me rethink it and see it in a new light. And when she did that, I was able to then go forward, develop it, feel confident that I was not crazy, but opening up and awakening. And it just allowed me to go further on my path. So I'm very grateful to my boss. It was not part of her job title to do that for me. And it made me recognize that some of the nicest things people do for us are those tiny moments of just casual but supportive comments that help us off a rock that we're getting snagged on. So that's my nicest thing.